Dear friends, today is the 6th week of the ordinary time, and being 11th of February, we commemorate Our Lady of Lourdes and also commemorate the World Day of the Sick. We pray for all those who are ailing and are suffering due to various sicknesses, and also pray for all who take care of them. In the Gospel of the day, we are presented with Jesus healing a leper. The leper seems to be desperate. He comes to Jesus, kneels in front of him, and pleads, "Lord, if you wish, you can make me clean." And the response of Jesus is quite sudden and sure. "Of course, I do will it, be made clean." And the leper immediately is healed. Dear friends, in the Old Testament, there was always this belief that the sickness is due to a curse from God. In the first reading of today, taken from the book of Leviticus, it is a discussion about the person who has contracted leprosy and how he has to be ascertained by Aaron, the priest, and once he is declared a leper, he is declared unclean. He has to live away from his family, from the society, all secluded, alone. There are also instances wherein even today we feel that the sicknesses we have or the sufferings that come on our way is a curse from God. But through the gospel of today, Jesus tells that God does not wish the suffering of any. Our God is not a sadist God. God wishes the welfare and the well-being of each of us. As Saint Irenaeus would tell us, the glory of God is human being fully alive. And secondly, if the sickness is attributed to the sin of one's parents and as a curse from God, what one is trying to do is to give us very simplistic kind of explanation to the problem of suffering. Why should all these things happen to me is a question that we often ask. In the book of Job, Job asks this question to God about suffering. And Yahweh answers Job by asking him several questions. Do you govern the universe? Did you create this world? Do you know the working of the planets? Do you govern the stars? Do you control the wild beasts and the ocean and all those who live in there? Dear friends, let us refrain from giving simplistic explanations and solutions to the sufferings of people and the tragedies that come along the people's ways. Then what should be our attitude? Jesus in the Gospel, having seen the leper, does not seem to shrug his shoulders and blame his fate to his sin or his parents' sin. But he tries to alleviate the suffering of that person. Saint Mark, the evangelist, says, moved with pity, compassion, Jesus stretches his hand, touches him, and heals him. Dear friends, we are very familiar with the TV talks and the shows and the debates that happen about the different social atrocities and situations and problems. But how many of them will be willing to go down to the miserable, to feel with them, to be with them, and to sympathize with them? How many will be willing to share a meal with the slum dwellers, or to care and heal and to cure the infested wounds of a brother or a sister? Let us not be merely trapped into theoretical discourses and discussions about the plight of the poor, the marginalized, and those suffering. Let us make those theoretical investigations into involvements, going down to them, touching them, and healing them like Jesus. Pope Francis, speaking about the World Day of the Sick, this year gives us the model of the Virgin Mary standing under the foot of the cross. Jesus entrusted Mary to his beloved disciple John, and in turn, John accepts her as his mother. It is also a sign for each of us that in our sufferings, in our life's journey, Mary is there with us, guiding us, helping us. May the Lord bless us. May our Blessed Mother, health of the sick, intercede for us. Amen.